Was this on TV with me, Seydou Diallo. On this program, we will be discussing about issues surrounding education in the Gambia, both in the academic and technical or vocational perspectives. Joining me today on this program is a gentleman from the field of education, whom I will allow to introduce himself before we get to the point.
Thank you very much, Seydou Diallo. My name is Mamadou Ba. I'm living at Sare, Kombo South West Coast region. Yeah, as you see, I'm working on the field of education. Okay. Yeah.
Thank you, Modu, for this wonderful introduction of yourself. Yes, viewers, this is the Educational Forum Live on Vision TV. As I tell you, we will be discussing about education based on the academic and vocational or technical perspectives. But for today, we'll be center our topic based on academic context. Yeah, Mr. Ba.
Yes.
Education is of great importance. As one of the great man, Nelson Mandela, he said, education is the most powerful weapon which you can use to change the world.
Indeed.
Education is the great engine of personal development. It is through education that the daughter of a peasant farmer can become a doctor, the son of a mine worker can become the head of the mine, a child of a farm worker can become the president of a great nation. It is what we make out of what we have, not what we are given, that separate one person from another. Because there is no country in the world that can develop when its citizens are not educated. So, and this does not only mean academic education, but vocational or technical education as well. So if I may ask you, Mr. Ba, nowadays, the education in the Gambia, students read only to pass exams, but not to gain the required knowledge that they will be used in the future. How do you see this as an educational system in the Gambia?
Well, thank you very much once again. You see earlier, children or students read just to pass their exam.
Just to pass their exam.
But not to have the required knowledge that they obtain. They wanted to obtain.
In the future, yeah.
But then I believe as a learner and somebody who is preparing for tomorrow, the most important thing you should focus on is to how to achieve your generation.
Exactly.
But if at all you already read just to pass your exam, at the end of the day, when you have your certificates or your documents that you wanted, so when you are able to employ a particular sector, so if you are there to deliver, it will not be maximum as you wanted to, because you always focus just to pass your exam.
Exactly.
Yeah, and I believe the teachers also should look this side, in a sense that when they are giving lecture to the children or when they are giving lessons to the student, let them focus at the practical aspect.
Exactly, and this as well, it is believed that now, even students maybe perhaps in tertiary education, perhaps the Gambia College, perhaps the University of the Gambia, they read only to pass their exam, but not to gain the required knowledge. And in the end, if these students are taken outside working in the field of work, they cannot deliver. Because they didn't have the knowledge. They only learn just to pass the exam.
Because like you says, when a student is just have the aim just to pass the exam, without knowing that after passing exam, you want an employment in order to earn your living.
Exactly.
So if at all you have the documents, at the end of the day you don't have the experience to do that job, it will be very, very difficult for you to express as well as they wanted at their institution. So this one, I believe as a student, whenever you are learning, you shouldn't focus at one side, just only to pass the exam.
Exactly.
But then at the end of the day, you should also take much serious about, at the end of the day, when you pass the exam, you are about to employ. And when you are employed, you are facing these challenges, just that you have the paper, but then you cannot deliver inside, the working area.
Exactly, because the knowledge is not there.
The knowledge is not.
I think now Gambians prefer academic education to that of technical education.
Look at this. If you see, people don't value skills. Maybe they don't know the importance of skills. Do you understand? And but then everybody who knows the importance of skills, you will not underrate it.
Exactly.
Because in order to in a country to be developed, you must have these skills in your goal.
Obviously.
You understand?
Obviously.
Because if you looking at the educational side, if at all they have more attention on the skills, maybe the technical side,
Technicals, yeah.
than the academic,
yeah.
the Gambia will be another Gambia.
Evidently.
Do you understand?
Evidently.
Because take example GTTI, it's a place whereby shouldn't be like just to repair. It's a place whereby you should produce.
Exactly.
You should teach them how to produce.
Exactly.
In order to stop the importing of equipment inside the country.
Exactly.
I don't know whether what I'm saying is making sense.
I can understand very
You understand?
well.
Hadn't been GTI had been given much attention, whereby they have their facility that they need.
That they need, yeah.
GTI will be a place of produces, whereby they produce
Obviously.
equipments, whereby people will come and buy from here and took it from other countries.
Outside.
Whereby we'll stop
importing these equipments.
Thank you very much.
Like,
Thank you very much.
Obviously.
So that's what we lack it here. And we believe if at all you venture into the academic, in the technical side, maybe you are learning skills, they term you as a low person in a society.
Exactly.
Which is very for me, I don't see any sense out of it. Because why? If you want a house to sleep, you call a technical person to construct the house.
To come and construct the house.
You understand?
Exactly.
If your mobile phone have a problem, you go to the technician, the one who have the technical, not the academical side.
The academician, obviously.
And all these are very key point in it.
Exactly.
Do you understand?
Exactly.
All other important things which you know that you cannot mention them, they are all created by technical.
Evidently.
You understand?
Obviously.
And nowadays, where the generation is heading, talking about technicals. Either we know it or we don't know it.
No.
Because use the what we are using here.
Yeah, the tablets.
It's a technique.
Exactly.
It's not created by academical.
Evidently.
I don't know what I'm saying.
I understand very well.
It's created by technique. So this is a process whereby people should venture more technique than academic. I don't say academic is not value.
It is value. It is value more in the Gambia. Yeah.
I don't say that.
Yeah.
But then let people get more attention on it, on the technical side, so that they can move the country forward.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Exactly. And to my surprise, there was a time I saw a GTTI student. I asked him, why are you studying this field in the GTTI, this technical field, instead of going to the college? He said he don't have the requirement to go to the college. That's why he came to the GTTI. That means he preferred going to the college to learn this academic to go to the GTTI to study his skills. And one thing I'm telling him was that what you are doing is better, because as a country we cannot only center our goals on academics. No.
Gonna rely only on.
In order for us to develop, we have to make it balanced.
Yeah.
The way we engage and venture into academics should be the same way we engage and venture into these skills.
To the skill.
Exactly.
For it.
So, do you think this way of educating in the Gambia, because people are not wanting to go to the technical field, how do you see it? Is it encouraging in the Gambia? And how will you see the Gambia as in the way of techniques, perhaps in the next 20 years? 20
years. Quite interesting. But then I believe if we want to develop to be another world, different from what we are.
Exactly.
We should venture into technique, accept.
Evidently.
Because nowadays, the generation is moving forward, and every day, you are seeing so many so many new things about technical. You can be sitting here and you chatting what is in America. And all those are caused by technical.
Exactly.
Do you understand? So then technical is a very important thing.
Exactly.
You understand?
Exactly.
In addition to that, at the schools, and I believe when the ministry is hearing me, he should emphasize all this to the schools.
Exactly.
Whereby every vocational training center in a school, because not all are,
there are several vocational training centers, but then they should empower people to build different schools, vocational technical schools, so that we can have all this in the country.
Not all are good in academic aspect.
Exactly.
Because, as they say, no one is stupid.
Evidently.
But then everyone is where you are specialized.
Evidently.
That's why we are different with these white men. Sorry to say that, because if you look at if you observing their children, the time they were very young is where they will decide
which way to focus on. Exactly.
The person will be focused.
Exactly.
But they will not force the individual to go in the particular field. For example, we believe that if you are not in the academical side, then you are nowhere.
You are nowhere.
So you force your child to go in the academical aspect to the technical aspect. So do you understand? So this is what we are not. This is what is lacking behind.
Exactly.
From the parents.
It starts from the background.
Start from the background.
Exactly.
So they don't value someone who's learning the skill and like it's the one who is learning the academic aspect.
Exactly.
They prefer the one who learns academic than the one who's learning
those learning the skills.
The skills.
Yes.
And which it shouldn't be.
It shouldn't be at all.
Do you understand?
Exactly.
Because all are not unique in terms of academical side.
Exactly. Perhaps what I can do in academic, I cannot do it in economy, in the technical side. And perhaps what you can do in technical side, you cannot do it in the academic side. So if they force you as a child to go to the academic instead of going to the technical, perhaps you might fail in the future.
People believe that if at all you don't wear this kind of clothes, you are not where to be.
Exactly.
But this is a mere cloth.
Obviously.
People have that. Maybe they don't have that concept in them. But this is a mere cloth.
Evidently.
You can go and throw them and put on them. So, but then being at the mechanical field with your that dirty clothes, and people will underrate you than the one who is putting that ordinary
those
clothes.
suits, sitting in office.
Sitting on the office.
Exactly.
They value them than you.
Exactly.
It shouldn't be done. That's why people are running from the technical aspect to the academic aspect. That's also is a very, very important contribution. That
is a great factor, definitely.
Do you understand?
Exactly.
Even when you are with someone in the same society, like I told you the first time, if you are the same person with the society, if at all you always venture into this technical aspect, they tell you as a low person, to be honest with you. At times when you pass them, they too feel love because they think that you have no aim.
Exactly.
I don't know what I'm saying.
I'm understanding what you are talking about.
They see you as someone who have no vision, but they forget. People are created to be different.
Evidently.
And when you want the country to be developed, we shouldn't be relying on only one side.
Exactly.
Unless we decentralize.
It should be this.
So these people, you are good in the academical side. No problem. Let them help you to go at the technical side.
Exactly.
So this person is good in the technical side. Exactly. Let them help him to go at the technical side so that the country will be developed.
That's obvious.
You understand? Yes, because so many contractors are here which are not Gambians.
Yes, are not Gambians.
And those people, after being paid for at the end of the contract,
yes.
Those money is not staying in the Gambia.
Exactly.
That money is outside the Gambia. It's going outside the Gambia.
Evidently.
Are we developing or are we developing or what we are? We are not developing.
We are not developing at all. In that case.
Hadn't been that person who is doing that contract is a Gambian.
It's a Gambian, yeah.
That money will stay in Gambia.
Exactly.
And Gambia will be developed.
Exactly.
So that's the concept that we are lack.
Exactly. And I think this should be start from the grassroots level.
Very well.
Because we cannot just like learn, you go to school from grade 1 to grade 12, then after graduating school, you say you are going to technical. When you are about 20 or 20 something years.
Even 30.
You should have learned it about when you are about 7, 8 or 9 years. You started from primary school, then go with it, grows with it until if you graduate, you have a lot of knowledge on it. Then if you continue in the tertiary education, like go to the GTTI, it will benefit you
Very well. Very
because you will not like take much time because you have learned most of the basics. So what you need is just like adjustment.
Adjustment.
Yeah. Then after all, you can have your certificate and work for your country.
For real.
Exactly.
For real. And this one will be very. This one should be pay attention.
Evidently.
Whereby although there are certain schools who are having this technical access.
Yeah, there are technical schools. Yeah.
You understand?
But what I am suggesting is that there should be technical school that only concentrate on these technical matters.
That's mean they will build a school.
A school, yes.
Whereby even for example the way people are going from the nursery.
Yes, they go to the technical.
To the technical
from
side.
grade 1 perhaps. They may have go to grade 12 even. From grade 1 to grade 12. Then after when they finish, they can also go to perhaps if this GTTI can be also adjusted to university.
I believe that's supposed to be.
Exactly.
Whereby not just that I graduated from maybe I stopped at grade 9, so I'll go and join GTTI.
GTTI.
This is supposed to be whereby it's a grassroots starting.
Exactly.
For example, grade 1
you are
on
teaching
technical side.
Grade 2
Continue level by
to,
level up to the GTTI. I understand what you're trying to say.
Yes.
Yeah, that's a good idea.
Exactly.
That's supposed to be. I think the ministers should have more attention on that.
Exactly.
They should build a tertiary, build a school.
School, yeah.
Whereby
basic schools for academics, or not only
access.
academics, but these vocational as well.
Vocational as well. Whereby they will teach, these skills.
These skills, yes.
Starting from maybe
like they will be teaching electricity as they are teaching English language in the academic, as they are teaching geography in the academic. Yes, they will be teaching like electricity, how to do electricity, how to do plumbing, how to do all these technical issues.
That also will invite the person to love the job.
Obviously.
Because something that you don't love, you cannot do it.
Exactly.
Maybe you might just pretend to do it.
Exactly.
But then it will not be in you. Because of number one, you don't have the passion.
You don't have the passion.
So this is very another difficulty that later it.
Exactly.
People are doing certain vocation. Maybe it's just a way. They have no other way.
They have no other way. Exactly. They have no other way.
But they don't have the passion to do it.
Yeah, because perhaps they might be thinking that if they graduate from grade 12, they will go directly to the university to do this academic education.
Yeah, I understand.
But if they don't have the requirement, then they will say that they don't have any other choice but to go to the
just to venture on the
exactly.
Technical
and this
side.
should have to be done.
It shouldn't be. They should have a school whereby they will nurture young ones.
Yes, exactly.
Whereby into technical accent, where they will started learning this technical accent. Been constructing, electrician, many of them, whereby they will start from level to level.
Exactly.
So when you go, you'll choose what you feel like to do. So you'll start from the grassroots level. Before we reach to the age of 20, you're able to do something out of it. Do you understand?
Exactly, I understand.
But stay until around maybe 30-something years and you've been venture into technical aspect, it won't work.
We'll be thinking about otherwise.
Because why? You are there to earn living.
Exactly.
So family responsibility is there. So certain challenges
pressure coming from
their
different
family
directions.
pressure. So you cannot maintain all those softs. The only thing that we will do, I just go and have my just a small thing and I go. Either it good or bad, I don't mind. Just to have my living thing. That I will care for that.
Obviously.
But I will not care for the knowledge I'm absorbing.
Obviously.
And knowledge is very important.
Obviously.
Because anything you are about to do, you should have the knowledge first. So
exactly. You should have the basic knowledge, then graduating, going. Step by step.
So that you can express it.
Exactly.
Because if you don't have the knowledge, I don't think you'll be able to do it.
Exactly. Because you cannot teach something that you don't have knowledge.
No.
Exactly.
It will sound, unfair.
Obviously.
Because the one you are teaching or the one who are absorbing knowledge, they will absorb something that they did not know.
Exactly.
At the end of the day, we are creating a room of explosion.
Evidently.
And that is not good.
Exactly at all.
And when you are training someone, make sure the one who is trained, the trainer should be more efficient of what he or she is doing.
Exactly. He should have the knowledge required.
Thank you very much.
In order to deliver.
To deliver it.
Exactly.
To the expectation.
Evidently.
Yeah.
So going back to the academics education still, we say we are going to balance it. Once we endeavor onto these technicals, we go against to the academic education. Yes. Going back to the academics education in the Gambia, how do you see the system of education like compared to our neighboring West African countries, perhaps Anglophones, example Nigeria. How do you see the difference?
Well, it's quite different in a sense that being a student at the academical side, you should be well prepared
Exactly.
to face so many challenges. Because as well, academic also is not an easy field.
Evidently.
Because that also is not an easy field.
It's not at all.
And I believe also the schools also they should very have very how to put this expression. They should be very much careful
Exactly.
in the way of giving lessons.
Lessons, yeah.
And I believe the Gambia should have their own educators.
Exactly.
Whereby the children will take Gambians educators books.
Exactly.
Looking at this, so many books, so many extra curriculums are used inside the field of the
Academic field,
They
yeah.
are all from abroad,
Exactly.
from neighboring
Exactly.
countries.
That's where I was even trying to go. Yes.
Yeah, and from neighboring countries, and which shouldn't be done.
We shouldn't be done.
Gambia, not that Gambia have people who can do it
Exactly.
very well. People
Very
who
well.
can do it, let them do it. This is their mission.
Evident.
So let them deliver it for the generation to come.
The generation. Because you can see that the Gambia here, we can learn from nursery school until we graduate, but then it is very rare you read a senior school book in which the author is a Gambian.
Gambian, and very rare.
Very rare.
And when you can count,
Exactly.
and it shouldn't be like that.
It shouldn't be like that.
The Gambians' education is lagging behind because of
Exactly,
this.
it's
Because
lacking.
why? People are from different accent. Because today, I don't say it's not happening, but then it will be very less. Whereby you go and find another Gambian edu book is teaching another school in another country.
Exactly.
I don't say it's not happening, but it will be very less.
Exactly.
But then let the Gambian educators let them use their own their pen. Let them use their pen, to exploit,
Exactly.
so that the generation can benefit with this. Because I believe what can I understand from you is far different what can understand from another person which is not a Gambian.
Exactly, because the language even differ. Sometimes you read books which are like the authors are not Gambian, they are from international, but then the accents in their language is very different. It's very difficult to understand by you as a Gambian.
It will be very heavy.
Exactly.
Because number one, English, the language we are talking here is not our tongue.
Exactly.
It's not what we are breastfeeding. We are just trying.
Language, yeah.
Do you understand?
Evident.
So then, this thing should be whereby the people will develop what we call national language in their curriculums.
Yeah.
So that the children, so that the student or the pupils will have the access to understand what they are trying to say. Doesn't mean that they will be teaching Mandinka or Fula or another language.
Exactly.
But then let them write it in a Mandinka language, whereby it will be translated in English.
In English, exactly.
You understand? Whereby the pupils or the student will be able to absorb what they want to see inside that book.
That's obvious.
Because being a Fula or being a Mandinka, sometimes it will be very difficult to understand the language. Though you can speak a language, but then what the language says is the problem.
Exactly.
And this happened to us.
Exactly.
Gambian can speak the language, but they know sometimes they don't know what the language says.
What the language is about, yeah.
And this is a very dangerous thing. I think this one they should eradicate this. I don't say let them stop it at all, but then let them have a way of solution of it.
Exactly.
So that the editors, let them build their own books. They have the knowledge.
They have the knowledge.
Let them do it so that the generation which are unborn, so that they can have a good access of education, especially when we talk about academical side.
That's quite obvious.
Yeah, that.
So do you think this way of educating our children, it prepared them for the needs of the 21st century, like the generation we are living in, and the way we are educating the children?
Yes.
Do you think this way it prepared them to do what the generation required?
To fight the battle of generation.
Yes.
The generation coming.
Yes. Perhaps even this generation.
Yeah. Looking at it, I will not say they are not well prepared, and I will not say they are prepared. in a sense that when I say they are not well prepared, because there are some that they are venture into this technical access.
Okay.
We have whom they are very smart on it. But there are some whom that when you give them this technical, they don't know where to start on it. It's very boring. And I believe nowadays, or now, every student should be someone whom that we are used to this access of this computer.
Exactly.
Though that people are used to it,
exactly.
but in essence that not whereby it is a way of playing. Some people they use this just to play. They can use it to play more, just to play with it. But then when you put something on it which can benefit, they will not able to do it. That's the negative aspect of it.
Negative aspect.
Which shouldn't be done. And I believe all these schools should be introducing this technical aspects.
Exactly.
Yeah, but even they will stop teaching. Maybe the country also, maybe the facility is still what we are lacking.
Lacking, yeah.
Maybe we are not. The country is not that much strong. But then NTUC, we just trying. Maybe when we try, we're able to see the outcome of it.
Exactly.
But when we do not try, also we cannot get anything out of it.
Obviously.
So I believe maybe the school should introduce this technical aspect too, whereby though it is happening on various schools, whereby you have these IT labs inside. Sometimes you have IT labs in some schools, not all schools, but then some schools are having it, which is quite interesting. And I believe if at all the government can have the access to all these schools have this thing, whereby they will start their basis foundation of technology.
Exactly.
Because nowadays the world is going for a technological side.
There's competition in technology now.
Yeah, technical. Because whereby for example to be here and what is in the world.
Exactly.
The part of the world, other part of the world.
Okay.
You're sitting at your home. Sometimes you might be lying on your bed.
Yeah. You understand what is going on in America.
Yeah, you can see America. Something is happening in your side where that person don't know what is happening there.
Exactly.
The person who is living around that area he or she don't know what is happening in his area.
Evidently.
While you are the one who is using the technology, you have the access to tell the person that this and this happened in your area. It's quite interesting. Okay. And I believe as time goes on, where the generation is heading now, thing will be more different with this, with the level we are now.
Exactly.
It will be very different.
Exactly.
Because in talking about maybe previous years back, to see this kind of phone will be very difficult. But nowadays, phones are very wild. Different technical aspect of them, which that you can use them, to send money. Then the previous generation, when you tell them this will become, they will think you as a mad person.
Exactly.
You say, you can take your mobile and receive money, or you send money. Look at how ridiculous it sounds.
Exactly.
Then generation people, we are not thinking about them.
Exactly.
Or it was not happening then. Because then the minds were not that much wide. But nowadays, any child who is born, his mind is just like, they have their brain is very fast. Venturing in this education aspect, let them know that education, that's what we have. And if you want to develop this country, you should respect education.
Exactly.
Be it academically or technically. So let people respect it.
That's quite obvious.
Because without education, we cannot achieve anything.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Exactly. Thank you very much, viewers. We come to the end of this session, and I am your host.